So, sorry, I was mid meditation when it occurred to me. So I'm trying to do this talk on spirit based and ego. I'm trying to tie it in to how I would build the world I see, how we could build it. And it occurred to me that I would like to use all of that vast open space in the middle of our continent. See, the way green energy works, we have a power grid that is built to work a certain way. If we wanted to swap over to green energy, the power grid we have in place is not capable of doing it right now. And there's a second factor here. The advance of AI and computing power is very energy intensive. So you get things like Microsoft is buying nuclear plants or some crap like that, right? Because what they want to do for the future requires an enormous amount of power. See, the models say that if you want to swap to green energy, the middle of the North American continent is just perfect for generating all that energy. That's our best spot for generating green energy. These models don't really take into account things like what could be done on the coasts, what could be done in the mountains, what could be done under the mountains. It's just the best place to start. So then I think to myself, well, if Microsoft or whatever is buying up large swaths of farming land, they must see this coming. They have a problem. They need to power the technology they want to produce. They want to be there first. So they need to generate a lot of energy. The point of this is, I've said in one of my original videos that if we don't do it, general humanity doesn't do it, that the corporations will. If they do it, they'll control it. That means they will control the power generation and the technology that we want to use. If somehow we could flip this on its head so that we generate the power that we need to produce our technology. I know that that's a subtle difference because Google is we. Microsoft is we, technically speaking. But that technicality has a certain flavor to it. A certain flavor that, I don't know what kind of taste it leaves in your mouth. But if we did it, if we made it the law that we do it, and any large entity, and should AI be controlled by Google? I don't know. I think it should be. But anyways, that's too freaking political. The technicalities are what I was meditating on, and now I'm getting lost in it. And it occurred to me, I talk about recognized replicators, genetics being the first one we recognized, memetics being the second, the big spiritual debate being which one's older than the other one. Technically, that's what it comes down to. Mind before matter, matter before mind. Which one's older, genetics or memetics? And I have said that there is probably a replicator for power. And it just occurred to me, I'm not an engineer, but maybe an engineer will watch this. It occurs to me that replicator is likely to be found in the storage and release area of energy. If that's possible, it could be already known and overlooked because of the way we generate power and put it into the grid and distribute it that way. The thing about flipping things on its head is maybe it goes unnoticed or unappreciated in the current model. But if we flip the model to where we are all generating the energy, that subtle flavor, that little difference, maybe what could already be known and just underappreciated suddenly becomes the most valuable and leads to that third replicator. I am convinced there is a third replicator in energy somewhere, somehow, on the scale of genetics and memetics. And everybody talks about, to get to this peaceful future where post scarcity is the Star Trek term. Maybe it's an anthropological term that they borrowed. But to get to that world, all we need is the power and the technology. Technically speaking, that's not true. We can get there a different way, one that's a lot more wholesome. But wholesome isn't a real popular thing in our societies. It doesn't go well with things like greed is good. But I would just a quick, maybe it's already known and underappreciated, that third replicator. We're going to find one in energy eventually. Anyways, thank you for your time.